All right. All right, guys. ¿Qué pasó? What's going on? This is Hala Pablo. Thank you for tuning in. Let's continue with our technical analysis. With Bitcoin, we're going to continue with the same charts that we've been going off of this 2021 and the 2025. Now more than ever, since we've broken the ice this morning. We've gone beneath the anchored VWAP. So this should be as no surprise if you've been following these video analysis, if you've been following this series, the tracking Bitcoin videos, you should be feeling pretty smart about now, right? Isn't it cool? It's a good feeling, right? It's price action, dude. It's price action in volume, in historical price patterns, pattern recognition in conjunction with the volume metrics, VSA. That's all it is. It's not witchcraft. It's not sorcery. It's not a crystal ball. It's the way the banks read the charts, the way professional analysts read the charts. Normally, when you see a chart like one of these with a whole bunch of indicators on it, that's usually an indication that that the analyst doesn't really know what they're doing. So I don't mean to be smug like this. I'm hoping that this kind of shows you, kind of demonstrates what real technical analysis, price action looks like. And so with that, we're going to continue going off of the same two charts that we have been going off of. The subcycle this is subcycle B from 2021, and the 2025 cycle, which is where we are currently. We see that everything is played out. It's almost in replicate fashion, almost played out. Look, we even have the ABC, which comes down from the macro trend resistance when it broke under here and created this new channel called the micro trend channel. And within it, we have that leading Elliott wave that went up and created it's a second all-time high, which mitigated the first one at the end of the leading diagonal. Everything has been playing out. We had the same thing this year. We even had, after the 5, which I think was it was in 2021, the 5 was truncated just a little bit. This one, we had more of a normal 5 this year. But what happened was the price action afterwards went and consolidated in sort of like a triangle form. We sort of had that too, this symmetrical in 2021, but the waves were much more confined, much more conservative. But nonetheless, we had that symmetrical fashion as we marked down. We could even call this an ABC on the macro, where we marked down, and then we had this long rectangle that corresponds to this in 2021, and then we had this series here, this little zigzag coming up, which hit the trading range midpoint, same area, and then we had the sell-off, and that was it, because we came through the trading range support and the micro trend support on both. See right here in 2021, trading range support, micro trend support, trading range support, micro trend support, and we marked down through it. And same way we penetrated, or we crossed over the anchored VWAP. Back here was at 60,000. Today, this crossed over this morning, and we had volume confirmation. We had supply. Look at the supply coming in, building up. See, supply is going up as the price goes down. That's bearish. That's bear strength. We had the same thing back in 2021 in this area where we crossed the anchored VWAP. We had the same kind of bar pattern in the vertical bars going up. So we know that this is legit. And like the video I put out the other day, it's I believe that the catalyst for all this is the Trump tariffs, the tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China. Yeah. That was the narrative that precipitated this kind of sell-off that we needed if these two charts were going to continue to stay in step. They have stayed in step, largely. They have. Now, they're not always going to stay in step, but not to this degree. But now that we've crossed the ice, we want to see if we can continue tracking it and if it's still going to prove to be a reliable benchmark for us to measure future price action. And so now that we've crossed the ice here, and we did it conclusively with volume confirmation, we can continue. We can expect a continuation of the waves to play out. So now underneath the ice, what's going on here? So underneath the ice, we have this what proved to be a redistribution range, which was an expanding, broadening wedge, or broadening wedge like this that went down. Now this is important. This is what we need to look at, because this is what we're going to focus on next. Now that we've got this big hurdle out of the way, the ice, and let's just say that we're not able to come up back through the ice, which it doesn't look like because of the volume. Now we're going to have to focus on everything underneath the ice. I had someone in my group ask me, do we short now? And just now, well, no, I think it's premature to short, because there is going to be a proving ground now there, and it may take a few days, maybe a day or so, I think at the most. But this retest has to play out. So we're going to have the price come back up. The bulls are going to try to push back up through the macro trend resistance now, or rather the anchored VWAP, which is now the ice. It's going to try to come back up through the ice. And it's going to be tough to do that, especially with the tariffs and everything going on right now. I think Monday, tomorrow, when the markets open, I think it's going to reflect that. We've already shown that Wall Street, that the stock market's taken a hit. Crypto is certainly taking a hit. It's caused this sort of sell-off. I think people are afraid now. Liquidity is flowing out of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is considered, in crypto in general, crypto is considered a major risk asset, and so investors want to put their money into something more stable. Which is not crypto right now, unfortunately. So that's what causes the dump. That's what causes these sell-offs. Investors just aren't willing to take that risk. And as long as the tariffs remain in force, and now we're entering into a trade war with Canada and Mexico. So I don't see this alleviating anytime soon. So what we can expect, and again, guys, I don't have a crystal ball, but what we can expect is a continuation of the playouts on the waves of this 2021 subcycle B underneath the ice, the anchored VWAP. We're gonna see a few attempts. Ultimately, I think it's going to be a failure to rally, and we're going to see the price continue to mark down. Now, the million-dollar question: how far do we mark down? Well, this one, the subcycle B, marked all the way down. Now, I just want to go to this first redistribution range. It bottomed out at the end of the preliminary supply liquidity void. Remember, we've been talking about this. And back in 2021, this was about 50 grand. This is the bottom of the liquidity void that we're in presently. Here, this takes us down to about 85 Gs. So somewhere in this area, I think it's safe to say, if we continue on and the tariffs and FUD really kicks in, I think ultimately we can come down to the mid 80s. We've been talking about this since December, and it's finally playing out now before our eyes. This area, this liquidity void, and this incidentally is the I believe it's the 618 Fibonacci extension. We can go off the swing low to the swing high. On top of that, well, it's a little bit beyond that. Let's see here. Actually, let's go and look at subcycle A, because I think underneath the anchored VWAP, I'm more inclined to look at the price action after it marked down from this first cycle. So if we go off the swing high and the swing low, we do a fib retracement. We'll go off the swing low up to the swing high. We see basically, we see the 618. So this marked down to the 618 Fibonacci retracement. You see it? And so that brought it down to, I think we could see the same thing here. Let's just do another quick one. So the 618 took us down to this accumulation zone. You see it's basically between the 272 and the 618, this area here where Bitcoin accumulated and then started to put another leg up, and it came up to reaccumulated and then topped out again. This is the cycle B, which is what we've been modeling this one after. So if we do the 618 from the metrics in our current distribution, we're looking at, we'll just take this here. Let's see, one sec. Let me get this for you. All right, we'll do that to about there. 618. The 618 ends. I think it's reasonable. Yeah, this is what I've been looking at now for at least a month. I've had my guns on this site now. The 618, which is about 80,000. So anywhere between 86 and 80,000, I think. This area here, I think first stop is going to be this liquidity void here, the PSY area, and then from here down is the 618. The PSY liquidity void is somewhere in the 272, but I think we can go down. We can have a deep spring. And what I believe is we're going to put up another leg. We're going to reaccumulate kind of like we did here. We're going to see something like this where a subcycle B just marked all the way down. It had a macro sell-off for like a year. I don't think we're done with Bitcoin. I think that once everything gets resolved with the trade wars and all that, I think it's just a temporary. It's a catalyst. It's a narrative. They needed to take profit. Market makers needed to take profit here, and this was the perfect storm. You know, these retaliatory tariffs. You know, it's just great. It's perfect timing, right where we are. I mean, is this a coincidence or not? Right where it fell on the chart, where we needed to have that breakthrough to the south. I mean, it couldn't have been just more perfect timing. And so I think once that serves its purpose and it brings Bitcoin down to the reaccumulation zone somewhere around, like we talked about, between 86 and 80 grand, I think then we're going to have sort of like this reaccumulation pattern with a deep spring at the end, and then it's going to start to put up another leg and mark up, ultimately creating another all-time high, which could go to $120,000, $130,000 before it's all said and done. I think we're going to see that this year, man. I really do. It's just we need to have a good bleed out first, and a lot of retail. You know, they need to shake out some retail. They need to get the retail investors to start dropping their bags, bleed you out, and then start reabsorbing, kick it back up again, and then sell it back to the FOMO dumb money people that chase these pumps. You know, that's all they do is just chase. Buy low, sell high. Yeah, retail buys high and sells low. So that's the name of the game, and that's how the market makers make their money. It's not from pumping Bitcoin right away to $1 million. No, it's first inducing retail to buy high and sell low. So, and that's what they do, and that's the market psychology, and that's exactly what my channel endeavors to teach: market psychology, to trade and read the charts like smart money, to divorce ourselves from the herd mentality, because it's the herd mentality that gets you killed. It's the herd mentality that causes accounts to get blown up. So, so far you can go back and check all the videos that we've done up until now. You see that we've just called it, and we continue to call it. And as long as these two charts, the subcycle B in 2021 and the 2025 current, continue to keep in step with each other, I think that we'll continue to have solid ground to stand on as we track Bitcoin until something changes, until we get a black swan event or something totally unforecastable that breaks the overall macro trajectory of these waves. We can continue to use this 2021 schematic as our benchmark, so to speak. So anyway, that's about it. I wanted to make this short and sweet. I hope you got something out of it. Like, subscribe if you enjoy this sort of technical analysis. If you get anything at all out of this technical analysis, share the charts. Bring people to the channel, especially those new in trading or those looking for maybe a new way to trade because your old way just isn't working. Check out our Discord trading group if you're really serious about crypto, and learn how to read charts, learn how to read technical analysis properly. And know that I don't have anything to sell. I don't have a course to sell. I don't need your money. I'm not trying to separate you from your money. It's just a good society. It's It's just a Discord live chat group with like-minded traders who want to learn, who love price action, who bounce ideas off one another. And when I have time, I can even look at some of your favorites, let you know, give you my 2 cents. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't purport to know the future, obviously. I just interpret what the charts are saying and what the signs of the times are in the news, fundamental and technical analysis both, using price action and volume. Volume is the truth serum, and that's what I teach in my group. So if you'd like to check us out through Patreon. I'd appreciate it. If not, subscribe, follow these videos, never miss an update. You'll benefit greatly just from these alone. So, all right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Talk to you soon. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you, and be safe in these markets. All right. Adios. Bye-bye.